Many people overlook this scene in Spider-Man 3, but I think that this scene inside of this movie teaches us two valuable lessons about bondage and about choice. In this scene, Kirk Connors is examining the symbiote, and he tells Peter, do not let any of this get on you, because if you do, it can form a bond, and those bonds can be very hard to unbreak. And in this movie, we see Peter, once he fully binds with the symbiote, he becomes the worst version of himself, and he can't even release himself from the symbiote until near the end of the movie. And this idea of bondage can be related to real life in a sense that we must take a look at what we tie ourselves to and what we bond ourselves with in our everyday lives, what we look at on social media, who we interact with, how we interact with them, our daily lifestyles. Bonds are hard to break like we saw in this movie. So in real life, we need to make sure that we're building healthy and positive bonds so that we can be uplifted and become better. As to where if you build negative bonds and negative habits, you are ultimately going to become worse. And the second element to this scene inside of this movie is the element of choice. After Peter leaves this room with Kirk Connors, he keeps the symbiote on, and as the movie goes on, he becomes the worst version of himself. But he makes the choice to overcome that symbiote and become the best version of himself again. Whereas Eddie Brock, he knows the symbiote is wrong. When it hits him, he throws it away, but then he succumbs to the symbiote and succumbs to that feeling of power that he has and ultimately dies along with the symbiote at the end of the movie. And notice how each of these characters got the symbiote, but one of them let go of the symbiote and became better because of it, but the other one didn't let go of the symbiote and became worse because of it. It shows how drastically your life can change just off one decision alone. And I love that this scene along with this movie reminds us all that we all have a choice and we can always choose to do what's right.